You keep waiting for the perfect day, the perfect mood, the perfect version of yourself to finally start showing up. You tell yourself, I'll start when I feel more motivated. I'll be consistent when life calms down. I just need to get in the right headspace first. But that moment, it never really comes, does it? Because deep down, you already know, motivation isn't the problem. The truth? You've just been relying on feelings to get things done, and feelings change fast. One bad night of sleep, one stressful moment, one small failure, and boom, the motivation disappears. Now you're back to square one. So here it is. You don't need more motivation. You need something stronger. You need habits. You need systems. You need structure. Because motivation might start the engine, but it doesn't drive the car. Action does. The reality of motivation. Let's break this down. Motivation is not a switch you turn on. It's not some magic emotion that shows up every morning to carry you through hard things. It's a burst, a wave, a short-lived push. And that's okay. That's what it's supposed to be. But if your entire progress depends on whether or not you feel motivated today, you're gonna lose that battle more times than you win it. Think about the most productive people you know. Are they always motivated? No. They've just trained themselves to show up whether the feeling is there or not. Because when the action becomes automatic, motivation becomes irrelevant. The truth about motivation, look, motivation is emotional. It comes and goes based on how you're feeling. That means it's inconsistent, unreliable, and honestly kinda overrated. You don't need more of it. What you need is a system, a way to keep showing up even when you don't feel like it. Something that doesn't rely on how pumped you are that day. Because guess what? Most of your progress won't happen on the days you're hyped. It will happen on boring days, the tired days, the I don't want to days. The people who win in life, they don't wait to feel good to take action. They take action anyway. That's the shift you need. Building without motivation. So how do you do that? How do you keep going when you don't feel like it? Start by removing the pressure to do everything at once. You don't need to rebuild your entire life overnight. You don't need a crazy routine or a 4 a.m. wake-up call. You need one thing you can repeat daily, no matter how small. That could be 10 push-ups, writing one paragraph, spending 15 minutes focused, distraction-free. The goal here isn't to be impressive, it's to be consistent, because doing something daily, even when it's small, will do more for your life than doing something massive once a month. Forget chasing intensity, chase frequency. How to stay consistent without feeling overwhelmed. Let's be real for a second. You've probably burned out before. You've gone all in, then quit 2 weeks later. That's not a discipline issue, that's a planning issue. You've been trying to rely on willpower. You've been trying to force change without a real plan. So let's change that. Build a rhythm that fits your real life, not your fantasy life, not the ideal day version, the messy, unpredictable, tired, real-life version of you. If you work late, plan short habits in the morning. If you're always exhausted after work, move your focus time to lunch. If your weekends are chaotic, make weekdays your anchor. The point is, stop designing your habits based on motivation and start designing them based on your actual lifestyle. Don't rely on energy, create routine. Let me tell you something that sounds harsh, but will change your life. Discipline is not about energy, it's about structure. If you only show up when you feel ready, you'll rarely show up. But if your brain knows that at 7 a.m. you do this, and at 8 p.m. you do that, it becomes a rhythm, and rhythms are powerful. They remove the decision making. You stop asking yourself, do I feel like it? And just do it because it's what you do. Set your time, build your rhythm. You'll stop fighting yourself and just flow into the day. How to keep going. Now the question is, how do you keep going once you start? Forget streaks. Forget being perfect. Focus on this. Don't miss twice. If you miss one day, fine. It happens. Life is messy. You're human, but make a rule with yourself. Never miss 2 days in a row. Get back to it the next day, no matter how small. That's the difference between people who stay consistent and those who fall off. Not that they never mess up, but that they come back faster. No guilt, no self-hate, just get back to work. And while you're at it, track the little wins. Did you show up today? That's a win. Did you stay off your phone for an hour? Win. Did you cook instead of ordering out? Win. Write those things down, because when you can see your progress, even the tiny kind, it builds belief, and belief beats motivation every time. Closing message. So here's what I want you to take away from this. You don't need to wait for motivation anymore. It's not your fuel. It's not your lifeline. It's not what's holding you back. What you need is to stop overthinking, stop chasing perfection, and just start with something that feels doable, and do it every day. Make it easy, make it repeatable, and when you fall, because you will, make it normal to come back. That's how you build confidence, that's how you build progress, that's how you build a version of you that doesn't depend on hype, but gets things done regardless. So stop waiting for the right moment, stop waiting to feel like it. Set up your environment, lower the bar, show up, repeat, because you don't need more motivation, you need consistency, you need systems, you need to take action, even when you don't feel like it. Look, this video isn't to hype you up for 5 minutes, it's to give you the truth most people won't. Motivation will let you down, you'll feel excited and still quit, you'll want to change and still avoid the work. But the thing that changes your life, it's doing what matters after the excitement is gone. It's showing up when it's boring, when it's hard, when no one claps, when no one sees. That's what builds momentum. That's what builds results. That's what builds you. So stop waiting for the right mood. Stop needing to feel ready. Start small. Be consistent. Make it easy. And trust the process. And if you can do that, you'll become unstoppable. Let's get it.